This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace world and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide and nasally Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! Cracked my voice there. What's on your mind?
It's fucking game day.
Oh, where is it? Where are we at here, bro? Hold on. Come on, Roadcaster.
Fucking game day. Game bird!
That's right. It's fucking game day as you're watching this live here with us now at One True Sport. At 3 p.m. Eastern time today, the Philadelphia Eagles will be facing off against the Washington Commanders.
Yeah,
for the NFC. The Commodores, that's right, for the NFC. Is Lionel Richie playing today? I didn't know if he was going to be there. I figured he would be. He's the best player on the team. So they'll be facing off for the NFC Championship. And this is the last game before the conference championship, before the big one, because we don't want to say the other name because we might get sued. But, Meanie, how you feeling, brother? Good to see you wearing the green there. Go Birds, and a salutation, good birds to everyone.
And a go birds to you today, good sir. Just fucking so much anxiety, bro. Yeah. Just waiting for this game. As Inside Baseball, as we record on Sunday morning, 9:05. Game starts at 3. Doing the show, and my brain has been I've wanted to go into a coma until 3 o'clock this afternoon, where, excuse me, holy shit, where somebody wakes me up at fucking McCuskers,
smart,
right as they're kicking the ball off. So, but holy shit, that this whole city is ready for this game.
Yep.
Everybody's just talking about and fantasy booking it, and dude, it's insane. It's insane. Just so much anxiety going into this game, but everybody's got their theories or what's going to happen. I have mine, and then go Birds, man. I'm just so ready for this game.
Yeah, man. We got Andrew Bailey in the chat saying, "Hey, now go Birds." Thank you. We'll give you another one of these here.
Fucking game day. Game bird!
Thank you, good sir. Thank you. And thank you for joining us here on your Sunday morning. We appreciate you taking the time out to come in here. We got Lucha here, Pod Squad member. What's up? Lucha. We appreciate you. Travis is here as well. Looking good, Meanie.
What up, Trav?
What up,
Thank
man?
You, sir.
Pod Squad got the Go Birds vibe going on. That's right. The only reason I'm not wearing my jersey is because I just got back from the gym and I didn't get changed. But in any event, we appreciate you. Maddie Jazz Cabbage is here too as well. Will the Birds make the Super Bowl?
I hope so.
Longtime listeners know that I will not comment on that, but I will comment on stats and anything else I can on the game, but I will not make a prediction about the game itself because I'm a jinx. So,
yeah, you mush.
Put him in the fucking closet. I don't even want to look at him.
Get in the bathroom.
Put him in the fucking bathroom.
Put him in the fucking bathroom. He's a mush. You're the fucking jinx. Get in the fucking bathroom.
You're breathing on me, Jelly. Jesus.
It's amazing. It's crazy how superstitious sports fans are.
Sure.
Shit, I'm not wearing my lucky underwear today. Yep. Which I have set aside for later.
Yep. Not the ones on the roof. Those were not the lucky underwear.
No. These ones are green, and But I always wear this Ike Reese jersey.
There you go.
Got the. I've been wearing this with the exception of one game where I was. There was the game where final game of the season against the Giants, and it was the Kelly Green game. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wear my fucking Kelly Green and solidarity, and we had our third string we had our backups in. I was like, you know what, can't be a jinx if we got our fucking backups in. And the backups ended up beating the fucking Giant starters, which was fucking crazy. But hey, man, I always wear my Ike Reese. I got a fucking Reggie White t-shirt underneath with my hoodie, and I got fucking superstitions. I got traditions, and
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So, do this, go get my hair cut, walk over to McCuskers, and hopefully get a good seat.
Nice.
And hopefully I'll have a reason to drink a beer or two on the corner of Broad and Chunk.
Man.
So we shall see.
I know we got a lot of good chats in the squad in the chat here. A lot of good comments in the chat. Who's hitting up Wawa today? Hopefully at some point today. Meatball Hoagie, go Birds, and that's right.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
So, Mrs. Meanie meal prepped us a breakfast, before we leave for McCuskers, and then we have a dinner we're taking to McCuskers. McCuskers, like, they don't serve food, but they don't give a shit if you bring food. So, and we could just put our stuff in their fridge, and then whenever we want to eat it, just bust it out and heat it up, and that'd be it. So it's cheaper than ordering out, but just so many things, man. Just went to McCuskers last night. That's why I look a little bit fucking tired right now, and just trying to get to today. Yeah, trying to get to today, and we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too, man.
Watching
that game last week was like it was a little nerve-wracking there because they were ahead, and then it was like the defense gave up for a little bit, and then it was like, oh, it's snowing really hard now, and it was just like it just kept raining shit, and then it would get great, and then it would rain shit a little bit more, and then it would get really good, and it's just like that's the life of a Philadelphia sports fan, and that's I feel like if you're not constantly on the edge of your seat ready to throw up, are you actually a Philly sports fan?
Yeah, people just watch me, and like I'm like very stoic.
Yeah,
like I sit in a certain position and I just stare, and then I try not to talk. I sit there, elbows on the bar like this.
Yep.
Looking at the laser focused on the game, not too high, not too cold, while the people around me are freaking the fuck out. And people saying to me, "How are you so calm right now?" And I'm just like, I have to be. I can't. If I acted the way I wanted to act, I just look like a fool. But I'm 50 now. Well, 51. Holy shit! And then I've seen a lot of stuff, and it's just I know how to just be laser focused. But we watched last week's game, Snow Bowl 2.
Yep.
Which it's funny.
Snow Bowl 2 Electric Boogaloo. Is that the name of the show this week? I feel like it is.
Sure.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and the funny thing is, the last Snow Bowl was against Detroit. This one was against the Rams, and both times it was against Matthew Stafford. So he was the quarterback for both. But like if you watched last week's game, it was start of the game, you could see the field, and by the end of the game, it was a total whiteout, which was crazy. But I'm kind of jealous that I couldn't be there to witness it in person. But I'm kind of glad I wasn't in the snow. So
I know. Let me see. I mean, he's a fixture of Philly sports. I love it. He really is, man. He's like everywhere, and I love it. I love it. Mass Sanity is here. Good morning, good sir. He says, baseball superstition. Don't talk about no-hitters. Speaking of superstitions, I remember texting Meanie about a Roy Halladay perfect game and saying I couldn't tell him why he needed to turn the game on. That's a true fucking friend right there.
Yeah.
That's a real good friend right there.
Yeah. And, there's another baseball superstition. Don't talk about how fast the game's going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you'll end up in extra innings every time.
Yeah, no, your team will just fucking blow the game. Man, this game's going by pretty quick. And then, before you know it, the other team runs up 20 runs on your team, But, today's going to be exciting. Supposedly, there's a film crew coming down associated with the Eagles to film at McCuskers. So, speaking of me showing up everywhere, if the Eagles happen to win today, you might see me on some footage, on the Eagles, network. So, we'll see what happens. Last week, I ended up in an Inquirer McCuskers, and they talked to Dougie, Dougie McCusker. They're like, do you mind if we interview some of your, patrons? And he pointed to me. He goes, "Go talk to him first." Besides the one, the only one in the bar that had media experience. So
Right.
Talked about my love for McCuskers and the community there, and they interviewed Mrs. Meanie too, and
That's cool, man.
it's pretty cool.
One thing I wanted to ask you about, because I know some of the news and things that have been happening surrounding the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, how do you feel like his performance will be today? I know that there was some conversation about his knee injury or potential knee injury, and maybe it's bad. How do you feel like he's going to perform today, even after that with the Rams?
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. I watched, there was a tackle. They brought him down, and his leg went down behind him.
Yeah.
And I was saying to other people, I was like, he's fortunate that it was the ground was wet and slippery, because it kept his leg from going totally underneath him and getting stuck, and he could have probably tore something. So it's like he's lucky the ground was the condition it was in, so his leg could just like slide out.
Yeah.
So, but from all accounts, he looked good. His teammates said he looked mobile while practicing. So, a lot of the guys on the team are healthy.
Yeah.
They just, Washington announced that two of their best players are out for today. Cosme, who is the offensive lineman who normally goes up against Jalen Carter, is out. So my condolences to his backup.
Yeah.
Who's got to face Jalen Carter all day. And then Gerard Payne, defensive player, is out for Washington. And they say when he's on the field versus the run, they have 60% success. And when he's off the field, it drops down to like 51%.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just run the ball.
That's it. That's it, man.
Yep.
And I know Saquon Barkley, I apologize, I'm stuttering through his name here.
Okay.
I'm excited to see, because he had a hell of a game this past game. And he's shaping up to be like probably one of the best players in the NFL across the board this year. How do you think he's going to play today? And to be mindful, longtime listeners of the show, I am purposefully being strategic about my words, because I now have a superstition about saying things on the show before the Eagles game. So I'm being very specific about how I ask these questions. So I apologize if I'm a little staccato here, but how do you feel? How do you think Mr. Barkley's going to do today?
I think he'll be all right. I think he does. He'll do great. He's laser focused. And he just does the right things, and he says the right things. And dude, I went to Eagles practice, preseason, the off season, preseason workouts, and I got a chance to watch him. They did a running play, and he ran, and they blew it dead, and the play was over, but he just kept running. And I started laughing. I was like, I don't think he's used to hitting holes that big.
Yeah.
Our offensive line is very violent. You got a bunch of 6'6", 6'8" guys who are just bullies.
Yeah. And
they beat the shit out of you and just oppose their will on you and beat you into submission. Same with our defense. Watching Jalen Carter just, he went after Matthew Stafford and picked him up like a rag doll, like a baby. So I think Saquon will be just fine, man. Just if everybody worry about Jalen's knee, just run the ball, lean on Saquon, let him gash. Let that our offensive line loves when they run the ball, because they get to oppose their will on people, and that way Jalen's knee can rest up a little bit.
Yeah. And
hopefully, if they win today, there'll be a bye next week, and he's got a whole nother week to let his knee heal up for this if they happen to go to the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens. I think Saquon will be the star of it. There's a positive. He's, everybody's talking about how he could have got the single season rushing record, and they decided to rest him last week. But there's still another record to go for of regular season and postseason yards.
Yeah,
I think he's 150 yards away from potentially breaking that one. So hopefully, he breaks that, and hopefully the Eagles do a good thing today. Hopefully I have a reason to stand on the northwest corner of Broad and Shunk and drink and have some public drunkenness today. Hopefully we'll see. Yeah,
I know that the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills play today at 6:30 for the AFC Championship, which will then lead them right into the Super Bowl as well. So, what do you think about that game? How do you think that's going to go?
I would love to. I would, for the Super Bowl, I would love to see Eagles Bills.
Yeah,
just because I don't think New Orleans could handle those two fan bases in the same city at the same time in the same stadium. But I think there's a mutual respect between Philly and Buffalo.
Yeah,
and at least in my eyes, I went to a game up in Buffalo. 2000, right before the lockdown.
okay.
2019. And, right before the lockdown. And, fans up there were, fine. Well, nobody talked shit to me. So I was like, all right, we'll sit there. We'll be happy. It's a miserable experience weather-wise, but.
Oh, God, I can't even imagine. Yeah.
Oh, rain and wind. And, but Eagles won, and that's all that matter. Me and Mrs. Meanie have seen more Eagles road games than home games, and when we go see them on the road, they're undefeated. So
yeah,
we haven't seen an Eagles loss in person when we've gone to see a road game. So
nice.
But yeah, I would love to see Eagles Bills.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl, as much as I would love to try to extract revenge.
Yep.
On the Chiefs. But either way, as long as the Eagles are in it, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Super Bowl from 2023 and thinking about that shitty call. What was the guy's name? James Bradbury. That was it. And he's like, I should have been called for that. I should have been called. But even still, like watching it back, you're like, fucking bullshit. You changed the outcome of the game.
Here's the thing. It was the fourth quarter, and they called a penalty they hadn't called all day. And, if you talk to any NFL player, just holding on every fucking call.
Yeah.
They just don't see all of them. But it's like baseball. The first inning, the umpire sets the tone for what's a ball, what's a strike, and, the pitchers know how to work within those parameters that the umpire sets with how he calls the pitches.
Yeah.
The same thing in football. In that first quarter, you should be able to know what's holding, what's this, what's that, what's the other thing. They hadn't called that all game. And I'm sure there was holding calls all day. And that was the most ticky-tackiest of holding calls, that anyone has seen. And, you legit. Here's the thing. They're like, oh, well, he's holding him. He's impeding his progress. The receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs didn't even acknowledge it. It was so nothing that he didn't even go, oh, I was held. Most, football players, they sell more than professional wrestlers. They go, oh, what the hell? Or they'll flop. Just the guy didn't even acknowledge, if he was held, he didn't know it.
Right.
So it was that nonsensical of a call. But, that's the theory that, the refs love Patrick Mahomes. There was a hit last week on, was it in the Detroit Washington game? Detroit Washington game, where Jared Goff took a shot. I was like, dude, if that guy would have hit Patrick Mahomes like that, they would have had a public execution on the 50-yard line. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for the game. Like I said, don't forget to check it out today, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out on your local listings. Eagles versus the Commanders, and then that is for the NFC Conference Championship. And then there is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills starting at 6:30 for the AFC Conference Championship. We'll determine who goes to the big one, and I'm sure we will be talking about that. But, Meanie,
Yes.
I'm going to pivot real fast for you as well with another big one coming this week. As you're listening to this, we are officially in Royal Rumble week, and it's this Saturday and at Lucas Oil Field in Indianapolis. And I got to know, we got a lot of people talking in the chat. Thank you guys and gals for chatting it up in here. Please make sure you drop your super chats. Every dollar that you send us goes right back into the show, and we appreciate all of your love here. But, Meanie, I got to know, man, I feel like this Rumble card is as stacked as it's ever been. And I want to know what your thoughts are and any predictions you might have for the men's and women's Royal Rumble match.
I haven't really had a chance to think about it because I can't believe it's here already.
Yeah.
Like most things, so it's like the time just flies by.
Yeah.
But, I think the least surprising thing would be, never mind. Cena already said he's going to be in it. So I'm looking forward to the surprises like I do every year. Hopefully, I'd love to see some TNA guys.
Yeah.
We've seen the TNA women's knockout, the TNA knockouts champion, the women's Rumble.
Yeah.
We've seen that. Let's get some TNA fellas in there. I'd love to see Moose come out, and do do something. I love the whole TNA NXT working agreement. So let's get some TNA folks in the Rumble. As far as matches, definitely looking forward to Cody and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has been great.
So
with
good.
His, Cody Sucks Egg shirt that he wore last night on Saturday night's main event. Doing the ladder match with both belts up on the coat hanger.
Yep.
And I think Cody retains, but let's go down the lineup. Do you have the lineup in front of you?
Let me see. Let me pull them up here. My iMac is a little frozen. I'm trying to pull it up on my as well. I gotta wipe this goddamn thing. I'm doing my best, y'all. Eventually, I'll be able to afford a new one. Let's see who has announced so far. Okay, so they have a decent amount here so far. We have LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke Nakamura have been announced so far for the Rumble. So that gives us 10 people. Real quick, though, I want to just make sure I mention this because we got a super chat here from Vanessa, longtime Pod Squad member.
Oh.
We appreciate you. And with the $19.99 super chat, says Go Birds. Thank you very much.
Go
and
Birds.
a pleasant Go Birds to you. We'll give you one of these.
That's very cool.
Fucking gang day. Go Birds!
And just for fun, we're going to give you one of these.
Angel Hernandez, you stink, and I don't like you!
Thank you so much for the super chat and your support of the show. We appreciate you. And a pleasant Go Birds to you, ma'am. Yes. I would expect to probably see Joe Hendry in the Rumble this year as the TNA champion.
I would love that.
I don't think that's going to be too far out of the realm. I don't know if they're going to, I don't want to say bogged down, but I don't know if they're going to have as many TNA people in the Rumble as we are imagining, just because I think there's a lot of people that are on the roster with WWE that could be in these spots. I don't want them to go the predictable route with Roman Reigns winning. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. Like, that's what's my gut's telling me. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping that it sets up for something cool with like Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania, because that's really the match that I want to see. I want to see Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns go one-on-one at WrestleMania. But my heart is telling me CM Punk. I just feel like that is the right move for his trajectory right now.
Yeah.
I think, especially with everything he's got going on and what happened last year, it feels like that's the right way to go. So, but I think, I don't know. I feel like we're going to probably get some good surprises here. I know there's rumor and innuendo, which we love here, that Aleister Black is making his way back to WWE, which I think is going to be something fantastic.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about it? Yeah. What are your thoughts on Aleister Malachi Black?
Yeah, I keep forgetting which name. Just let me take a little sippy poo of water.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, the rumor and innuendo, folks. Anyone who's watching and isn't aware, it sounds as though Malachi Black is out of AEW. I know. I believe it was last night or the night before. They renamed the House of Black to, I can't remember the name. I saw it, but it's the House of Horrors or something like that, or the Horror House. So it sounds like he's gone, and it's very possible that he shows up at the Rumble. What are your thoughts about him coming back to WWE?
Oh, it just makes sense. I mean, his wife's in WWE, so amazing talent. And I think it took. It's like I can imagine like everybody who left, react to seeing Paul Levesque take over and go, son of a bitch, I should have waited. For Paul to take over, but it just makes all the sense of the world. He wasn't happy in AEW. His wife is in WWE. It just makes the most sense to go over there. He didn't seem happy in AEW, so which seems to be a case with a few folks over there. But it's wrestling's cyclical. Where AEW was the place to everybody wanted to go to because of the atmosphere. Backstage, and WWE was supposed to be so bad, but now it's turned. The WWE is the place you really want to go to, and AEW is just not bad, but from all accounts, there's a lot of folks there who aren't happy, who want releases and aren't being released, or purposely being paid to stay home, and it's just like those were the critiques of people who hated WWE,
and now it's come. Now it's cyclical, like you said. It was up and now it's down, and I think you're right. There's a lot of folks who looked at the WWE creative 2021, let the contracts go out, not realizing like, oh shit, Hunter's in charge now. I would probably put Keith Lee in that as well. I'm sure he's probably like, oh shit, I wish I was there. But I know he's got some health. I know he's got some health issues, and I hope he's doing well. I know it's been a real struggle for him since he got sick. Which is a shame, because I feel like, I'm actually writing an article right now for Screen Rant about like the top 10 like most surprising eliminations from the Rumble, and Keith Lee is on that list. Because I really thought they were going to give him in the 2020 Rumble. I thought they were going to give him a long run. I thought he was going to be the guy that stepped up heavy against Brock, and it looked like he did. They gave him a really nice outing, and they really hyped him up in front of the crowd. But I don't know. I hope he gets better. But yeah, I think it's the right move for him. I know Hunter has been high on him for a long time. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring him back and do that. Remember, he was doing all that stuff before he gave the kick to Big E and they released him. He was doing the father stuff. He was reading in the back room and shit. Like, that was like, damn, I like this. Yeah. I want to see this.
Yeah. So, I'm sure he wants to go back to WWE because, that's where his wife is. So,
yeah.
It's it is what it is. Just I hope he's doing well. Like you said, he got really sick for a little while there. So, we'll see what happens.
And we have here, let me see, we got a $2 Australian super chat from Matty Jazz Cabbage. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, of course.
Can Meanie call Stevie or Raven into the show one day? We've said before, and we'll say it again. Anyone's welcome.
Yeah, it depends on their schedule,
We'd love to have them by. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Let's see. Keith and Brock. Yeah, Travis is here. Keith and Brock had that face-to-face in the Rumble. I was on board. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That was some heavy-hitting shit, man.
And Brock really sold for Keith like, oh.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Big boy.
Yeah. So, Brock was very kind with, how he sold for just Keith Lee's entrance and the stare down, and they could have done some great business with those two as well, and for whatever reason they didn't. But that was another great Royal Rumble where you thought, everybody thought Brock was just going to hijack the Rumble and just keep throwing people out. And then, once Drew McIntyre hit him with a kick and eliminated him, the place just erupted. It was amazing. Yeah. So I always say 92 is my favorite, but that one right before the lockdown, which was unfortunate for Drew because he won the belt, but there's no fans in this stadium. When you saw how the fans reacted to him winning the Rumble, and it's like, man, he really got robbed of having a great moment.
He was on fire that year, man. It was on fire that year, and I just remember watching it and being like, oh, fuck. But even when he won in Philly, like when he won the World Heavyweight Championship from Seth Rollins in Philly, it was like, man, the whole place went crazy for him, because it was like, oh, he finally got his moment at WrestleMania, and I thought that was really dope.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Mass Sanity says here, I love the 2020 Rumble with Brock tossing the first half. It was such a unique way of doing that match. Yeah, for sure, man. James Weston says there is a perfect opportunity for Meanie to take over the faction. Could be the House of Blue.
There we go.
So I am, well, let me see what's going on here with the Women's Royal Rumble. We got Nia Jax, Bayley, Charlotte Flair is making her return at the Rumble, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. This is one that's a little bit more not as clear for me. What do you think? Any thoughts on the Women's Rumble?
Yeah, just I think they're just going to let it play out and just let the surprises go as they may.
Yeah.
So they really haven't announced too many entrants for the Rumble. It'll be cool to see Charlotte Flair back in her updated role. But it's Royal Rumble's one of my favorites of all time. They're one of the original 4 pay-per-views, PLEs, if you will.
The PLEs.
But it'll be great.
Awesome.
I respect WWE. They've done this for a while now, but their positioning of the Royal Rumble in between Championship weekend and the Super Bowl weekend. So, they know not to compete with, the NFL playoffs. So it's perfect too, because like in between there's, a week between when they crown who's going to go to the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So you're like, oh man, what am I going to do? Oh, I got the Royal Rumble to look forward to.
Yeah.
So that helps, helps, ease you to get over the fact that there's a weekend without football.
Let's see here. We got just a couple comments here. Dwayne Anglo, shout out from the Philippines. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
John, you know what? I'm going to give you a go Birds for that one.
Fucking game day. Go Birds!
We thank you for joining us. We thank you for joining us across where you are. Let's see what else we got here. Asuka and the Man may be coming back around. It's possible. It's definitely possible.
That'd be great.
That would be amazing. I don't know if I think I don't know. I feel like Charlotte. It's the same thing with Charlotte Flair. I feel like she's gonna win, but I don't want her to. Like it's like, oh, that seems really predictable. But I'm sure they're gonna give her moment at some point.
I remember when Becky's, was walking away for a little bit, and they're like, "Oh well, she's going to AEW, and what's her name going to be over there?" And it's like, no, she's just taking time off.
Yeah, like people are allowed to do that. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. Let's see, Mass Sanity says Swerve has excelled in AEW. He looked like he was a Triple H project, but Vince dropped him quickly. It's possible. I think Swerve's had the run of his career over there in AEW, and I think they've done just about everything right with him. So I think he's in a prime position to be like a Cody or a Drew McIntyre coming back, like go and make his bones somewhere else. And if he decides he wants to show back up, I think it puts him right in the main event position. So I think they've done really well by him. So, but yeah. So, what else is going on, man? What else is happening in the mind of the Meanie, in the world of the Meanie? What else is happening on your end, brother?
Bro, just dealing with the football, dealing I got a few other things going on privately, but
Yeah.
just
Did you get a
I'm just,
chance? Did you get a
what's
chance? Did you get a chance to see to watch Saturday night's main event last night with Jesse Ventura?
it was great.
He's so fucking good, man.
It was fun to watch Jesse do play by play and kind of bring back the heel role of saying, "No, that was a 3 count." Just during was it Gunther or I'm trying to think of what.
Oh no, it was Sheamus and Braun, I think it was.
I knew it was one of the championship matches. So yeah, Sheamus and the Braun Breaker. He brought back the old. Oh, that was a 3 count. The referee didn't see it. And all those stuff. It was great. And it was just fun to watch him. He showed up wearing a Public Enemy hat,
right?
And which is great. Jesse was always hip. He'd come out with a Jimi Hendrix T-shirt or but it was good to see him back. Doing play-by-play. Saturday night's main event again was great last night. It was cool to see them bring back the overhead mic.
Yeah,
the announcers where it was they did their homage to the old Madison Square Garden microphone. Instead of MSG, it said SNME for Saturday night's main event. That was cool to see. The show, hopefully it becomes a regular thing. It looked great.
It sounds like that's what they're going to do going forward with Jesse. Is he going to be involved with him? So I thought, again, anytime you can get Jesse Ventura on a fucking microphone calling a match, I'm in. Like, you don't even have to ask me twice. Tell me where it is, when it's airing, and I'll fucking be there. So let's see a couple more questions here before we get into our Ask Meanie. Don't forget to start dropping your questions for the Ask Meanie segment. We ask them at the end of the show every week. We appreciate you. Ryan Bowman, shout out to my coworker, Adam Barnard. What's up, my man? Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you very much. Ryan is a wonderful writer and contributor over at Screen Rant. We're doing a lot of really fun things over there on the WWE page, so come and follow us over there. Ryan, we appreciate you, sir.
Fucking game day. Game bird!
That's never going to get old. But, Meanie, one question for you, good sir.
Yes, sir.
Another question I may have. I've been pondering this one the entire show as I stroke my mustache and beard here. Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
And don't forget to drop us your questions again using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the show. Our good friend Carlo Carlson starts the week this week with a question for us. He says, Hey, Blue and Goob. Hello, good sir. Thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing all of our stuff each and every week. Excuse me. I have an Ask Meanie question for you, but first, sir, what you sipping on, brother?
Oh, yeah. I actually remember today.
I did too.
I was going to try to pop you and just have a fucking tall boy PBR. I was like, maybe just let me get some of the ones from last night out of my system first. But I was just like, I got fucking PBR,
brother.
Canada Dry, Mandarin Orange.
There we go. And I'm actually in the orange theme as well. I got a sparkling ice Starburst orange flavor. This is actually the best flavor next to fruit punch. I picked one up this morning after the gym. And let's crack these suckers and wet our whistles here for these questions. 3, 2, 1. There she is.
There we go.
Hope you're sipping anything anywhere with us. Pinkies up.
Yep.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Addicted to the fizz.
That's right. We appreciate you all joining us here again. So, hey, Blue and Goob, I have an Ask Meanie question for you. What are your favorite late night snacks?
Usually if we're sitting around and it's late, but you don't really want to eat too big, it misses me and make a little snack plate of, some sort of fancy cheese or just fancy cheese with, some crackers or some cashews or, she's good with the snacks, just, little late night snacks where you're eating, but you're not eating overly big. How about you?
Let's see. Well, now that now that my kids are a little bit older now, they're like ravenous heathens on our snack cabinet. So we used to have all kinds of shit put together. Like we'd have Pringles and Goldfish. It would last us for like 2 weeks. And now like the boys specifically, man, they're just like monsters, right? We'll go to the grocery store on like a Thursday, and then by Friday afternoon, when they get home from school, everything's gone and rummaged. Yeah, seriously. So if anybody, we can sell them. We'll probably make some cash on it, but give them away to whoever wants them because we need the grocery money. But I would say my favorite snack. So I'll take a graham cracker and I'll put peanut butter on it and I'll throw some raisins on it. And that usually keeps me going. I'm trying to like be mindful of what I'm eating at night because usually if I'm not, I'm just fucking housing it, Yeah. So that's usually my go-to. Sometimes if I don't have regular peanut butter, I'll use almond butter on it, which is, it's a little bit drier, but it's healthier. So that's usually my go-to. If not, if I'm feeling like a pig, give me an entire one of those cans of sour cream and onion Pringles.
There was some comedian had the joke that the Pringles tube is just leftover tennis ball. The things that they put tennis balls in to sporting goods stores.
It's very accurate, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's usually my late night. Thank you for the question, good sir. We appreciate you. Travis.
What up, Trav?
What up, my man? Thank you for the question here. How have you been liking Penta in WWE so far?
Yeah, so far so good, man. They've been using him pretty good. His debut match is perfect. I didn't get a chance to check his other match, but hell of a way to bring somebody in. They brought him in good, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Then it'd be interesting to see, how his style meshes with some of the other people on the roster. But like they started off great. He has no choice but to be a huge international star, between the look, the masks and, just the marketability of him.
Yeah.
I think, he so far so good, but I think it's going to get even better.
I agree. I think Mass Entity just said here too, when they made the entrance look better with the fireworks. I mean, how could you it's the Jade Cargill thing. Like, how could you possibly make this person look any more like a star? And they just continue to do the same. And it's just like, if we're being honest, it's a pretty clear shot across the bow, right? Like these names come over from AEW and it's like, hey, look what we're doing for you here. Look how we can present you here as compared to where you were. You're not just going to be a face in the crowd. You're going to be somebody here. And it's just like, I get it. If I were Hunter, if I were Papa H, I'd be doing the same thing. If I had those kinds of resources. So
smart.
Penta's been great. His first match with Chad Gable, like that flawless Canadian Destroyer that it was unbelievable. Fuck me, man. So good. And let's see. Second to last question. Scott Robert the Sage. Thank you for your question, sir. What's the difference between selling and registering? And thank you for your sacrifices to entertain us over the years, sir.
Well, they're basically one and the same. If somebody throws a punch, how do you react to it? You sell or whip your head back, or to what degree do you sell? How strong do you want to make something look? Selling is just the act of everything registering the thing you just sold for. So somebody hits you with a suplex, or you go down and you just sell the effects of the suplex. The registering is just it's hard to describe something you're just so used to doing. But like I could tell you how to drive somewhere, but don't ask me for the street names. Just go past the liquor store, make a right.
Just keep going down there a little bit more. Yeah.
Yada yada yada. Bing it a bang it a boom.
Everybody's good.
Selling and registering are basically one and the same. It's just registering is the degree of the sell. Just in my opinion, everybody's done this, probably got different opinions, but or different ways to describe it, I should say. But yeah, selling or registering could be, like we said, with Brock Lesnar, selling or registering Keith Lee's entrance in the Royal Rumble that year. Just like he could have just stood there and jogged in place and not done anything, but he just went, oh, big boy, just he registered, and put over the fact, Keith Lee was this, big slab of meat coming down, meaty men slapping meat. But yeah, I mean, basically they're one in the same. Registering is like to the degree of how much you want to sell, or register what's going on, whether it's physical or just emoting emotions.
Travis had a follow up on that. Does it vary depending on who you're putting over? It sounds like you answered that question. It sounds like, yep, Travis got it.
Yeah. Like if perception's reality. Doesn't matter if the 5'6" guy is a legit badass and could really just whip my ass, which I'm sure a 5'6" guy could whip my ass. Me being 6'1", but in the eyes of the fans, it's just, like I always tell big guys, don't go off your feet too much. You got to, sell your size.
Yeah.
Andre really didn't have to go off his feet. A lot of big guys didn't have to go off their feet, where if, somebody throws a drop kick, a smaller guy, would, bump off the first drop kick, but, you drop kick, Bam Bam Bigelow, he might, stumble back a couple footsteps to where you hit him with the drop kick doesn't go, doesn't register, go up at the top rope, drop kick from the top rope, then you take that bump. Some people you got to earn the bump, because they're so big. They got to, respect their size.
Yeah. Well, we want to respect your time, sir, and say thank you for answering all these questions we have here each and every week. And don't forget, as a reminder, please make sure you send us your questions using the Ask Meanie hashtag, or you can drop them here with a super chat and we'll ask them first. So we want to thank you for being a part of the show. But Meanie, you know what time it is, brother. It's about that time to wrap up for the day, good sir. And I want to know if it's possible where to find you when you're not here doing the show with us each and every week.
Oh, first of all, thank you everybody for joining us here live in the chat. You guys make the show much more enjoyable. I love talking with Adam, but if it wasn't for folks watching and interacting with us, you guys make it a lot more fun than it already is. So thank you for being here, and go Birds to you all.
Go Birds.
I know this drops Monday, so hopefully we're celebrating a win.
I hope so.
But if you would like to follow Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you would like to support Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. Get yourself a little BWO shirt over there. If you would like to support Mind the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mind and Meanie. Get yourself a nice logo shirt done by the great Al Haney. MadCatBeardCare.com. Get Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton. Doing an amazing job over there at MadCatBeardCare.com. He rounds up the cats, takes them to the vet, leaves them off better than when he found them. So if you're a cat lover like myself, go over to MadCatBeardCare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming out to all major consoles. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters by the amazing, as I already said, Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others I'm trying not to spoil. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or UPW Video Game on Twitter. The Figure Collections Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered at excuse me. Also, Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. You can get regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. Add the Blue Meanie on your podcast. Go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast, book the Blue Guy, and let's have a conversation over there at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Let's make somebody's day a little bit brighter over there at Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. Book through this site. Book through the actual physical website. Don't book through the app. That app takes way too much of your hard-earned money. Your thing's going through the talent. So go to Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. More importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, and TikTok, since it is back for whatever reason. I don't know. We're still trying to figure out what happened there. But in any event, you can follow me at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal. You can also listen to my other show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net or going to youtube.com/@Foundation Radio Pod. Don't forget, this weekend is the Royal Rumble 2025. I will be out there covering the event for Screen Rant. I have a bunch of surprises that I'm not allowed to talk about yet, especially one I've been very, very excited. Yes, indeed. I've been very excited about this one, trying to get into this one particular one for many years. I've finally gotten there with Screen Rant, so please keep up to date with everything we have going on there. You can follow us at Screen Rant on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also just go to screenrant.com and check out my coverage there. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The homies Kane and Jordan and the rest of the team are ready to make you look fantastic for any event you have coming up, so go schedule your appointment today at 10thwardbarbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio, ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie and sign up today. Tiers start at just $10. And not only will you be supporting our program each and every week, we're also going to send you a Pod Squad card that is signed in blue ink by the Blue Guy. So go and pick it up today. And go up above Meanie's head right there and go to youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie and subscribe today for our entire past archive is there. And you can listen to everything we've done since the beginning of time. And don't forget to follow us at all of our socials, which are listed down below underneath the One True Sport logo here, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter. We want to thank the good folks at One True Sport for being good sports here and allowing us to use their platform each and every week to broadcast to you and to allow you to be a part of our day and a part of our morning and week. So please keep us posted on anything that's coming up. We appreciate you, Meanie. I have a great time. Thank you very much for doing the show with us each and every week here.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. And we cannot do this show without you. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your comments, your likes, and shares. We appreciate it greatly. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie.
Go Birds.
Peace. Not yet, maybe.
Fucking game day. Game birds!
Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.